Hey everyone, it's Michael with One Way Travels, and Alaska Air has become one of the most versatile airline currencies with its great award sweet spots from domestic destinations to all over the world. And now with acquiring Hawaiian Airlines, it has strengthened its spread around destinations such as Hawaii, the French Polynesia, and South Pacific Asia. So what if I told you a devaluation is coming up for Alaska Airlines, or wait, has it come already? Let me provide you some examples of why I think Alaska Air is already being devalued. I want to give props to Traveling with Lynn with this tip, as I think the armor of the mighty Alaska Airlines is starting to show its cracks. So recently I saw a flight here from Haneda, Tokyo, Japan to Beijing, China, a flight I flew on Japan Airlines earlier this year. And the reason why I think it's being devalued is because when I saw this flight in March, it was only going to cost me 15,000 Alaska Air miles business class on Japan Airlines, with a distance just shy of 1,500 miles. And with this flight, for only a couple of hours, you get a full meal service, alcohol, and a full lie flat seat to relax. And of course, the outrageous thing is the cash price for this flight is almost $2,000 just one way. The reason why I think Alaska is being devalued is because recently, as of today, I checked for the award points for this business class flight, and what is it? It's not 15,000 miles, it's actually 32,500 Alaska Air miles straight across all of these flights with Alaska Air and Japan Airlines. And if anyone knows, that's an increase of 17,500 miles. That is a percentage increase of 115%. It is a bit odd since for China, it's not even in the top 10 busiest routes for that country. And if you review the Alaska Award Chart for Partners as of this recording July 21st, 2025, when you review the distance from 0 to 1,500 miles, business class flights start at 15,000 Alaska Air miles. A couple of details you notice with the award chart is that the verbiage of starting is very important now because, like I said, it used to be 15,000 Alaska Air miles. And number two is that in the general terms and conditions of Alaska Air's award chart, you can see there now that pricing can vary now based on market demand, which really means to be dynamic pricing. And with that, that is a possibility why this flight has gone up. But do we really think this is a devaluation from Alaska Air because of the huge increase? Or do we think it's a glitch? Let me give you another example. We're going to stay in Japan and go from Narita, Tokyo, Japan to Taipei, Taiwan. Guess what? Same exact situation. Pricing back in the day was 15,000 Alaska Air miles. And now it's also increased to 32,500 Alaska Air miles for business class on Japan Airlines. Another huge increase, same huge increase percentage from the last example. So what do we think about this? And of course the distance for this is just over 1,300 miles flown. And the interesting part about this route, once again, for Taipei, it's not even the busiest route for this country. That actually belongs to Hong Kong to Taipei. To conclude, it is a bit weird that this could be devaluation with Alaska Air, or maybe do I think it's a glitch? You know why? Because here's some other award sweet spots that we can review and see if it really is a devaluation coming from Alaska Air. With that, I've got some award sweet spots here, such as JFK to Frankfurt through Condor Airlines, or San Francisco to Fiji via VG Airways business class, or how about Philadelphia to Dublin via Aer Lingus business class. You got some nice short haul flights from Miami to Cozumel, Mexico with 4,500 points per domestic, or 9,000 points for business class via American Airlines. Or another spot of Dallas Fort Worth to Sydney, Australia, Qantas for only 85,000 Alaska Air miles. And of course, from America to Japan, ranging from 60,000 to 75,000 Alaska Air miles, including this Dallas Fort Worth one, which is on the Japan Airlines A350 awesome flight I flew last year. But all these examples are, guess what? None of these flights were devalued by Alaska Air. And lastly, I also reviewed some intra-Asia flights as well, such as Malaysia to Singapore and Korea to Japan, and even Hong Kong to Bangkok, which are very busy and popular routes in intra-Asia. And guess what? None of them are devalued. With that, do my examples really pose a trend that there's going to be a devaluation with Alaska Air? Will it be another devaluation? And when I say another, it's because Alaska Air just had a devaluation in March 2024, where award flights from certain destinations rose as low as 31% to up to 85%. So in the end, let me know if these two examples do show a possible trend for an Alaska Air devaluation, Or we already have one right now? Or do we think it's a glitch? Anyway, I appreciate everyone joining and listening to my content on this topic on Alaska Airlines and its possible devaluation. Make sure to hit that like button, share, subscribe to my content going forward, and of course, subscribe to my new travel channel, Long Way Travels, and help me get to my goal, 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. As I say in all my videos, life is short, travel more, and I'll see you on the next video.